Today's story is about a father, a retired Navy SEAL named Mark Dalton, and what happened when a group of fake HOA cops tried to misuse their fake authority. This story begins on a normal Saturday morning, in a peaceful neighborhood where Mark lived with his 7-year-old daughter, Lily. Mark moved there because he wanted a quiet life after years of service. A place where his daughter could play outside, laugh freely, and enjoy her childhood without fear. That morning, the sun was bright, birds were chirping, and Lily was riding her favorite blue scooter near the driveway. She kept circling around the same little path, giggling, stopping, and starting again. Mark was in the garage organizing his tools, wiping dust off old boxes, enjoying the calm routine of an ordinary day. To him, this was the life he dreamed of: stability, peace, and simple happiness. But what he didn't know was that trouble was already rolling toward his street. A black SUV slowly entered the neighborhood. People had seen this SUV before. It had a cheap magnetic sticker on the side that said HOA Patrol. Everyone knew these two men were not real cops. They weren't even official security. They were just two guys who enjoyed pretending they had authority over everyone. Their uniform looked like something ordered from a costume website, and their behavior was worse than their outfits. For weeks, neighbors had whispered complaints. These fake HOA cops shouted at kids for riding bicycles, knocked on doors to hand out fake violation notes, and threatened people with imaginary fines. They acted like the entire neighborhood belonged to them. But since families didn't want drama, nobody ever confronted them directly. All of that changed the moment they came near Lily. The SUV turned the corner much faster than it should. Instead of slowing down near the driveways, where kids always played, the driver honked loudly. The man on the passenger side rolled down his window and shouted, "HOA rules. Kids can't block the street." His tone was rude, bossy, and completely unnecessary. Lily quickly moved aside, but the SUV still passed dangerously close. Much closer than anyone should ever drive near a child. Mark saw the whole thing happen, and for a moment everything stopped for him. His heart jumped. His hands froze. Years of military training kicked in instantly, not out of anger, but out of deep, controlled protectiveness. One wrong second, one wrong turn, and his daughter could have been seriously hurt. But Mark didn't shout. He didn't lose control. He walked toward the SUV with calm, steady steps, the kind that come from years of discipline. He stopped right in front of the vehicle, forcing it to halt. The driver rolled down his window with a smirk, acting tough. "Sir," he said, "your kid can't be playing outside. It's against HOA rules." Mark bent slightly and looked directly at him. In a voice so calm it almost scared the driver, he said, "Show me your legal authority. Show me your badge. Show me anything real that proves you can enforce anything here." The driver's smirk disappeared instantly. He had nothing to show, because everything about them was fake. Mark noticed more details now. Their uniforms didn't match. Their badges were cheap metal plates with no official markings. The HOA sticker on the SUV door was badly laminated. The whole setup looked like a pretend security squad kids might put together for a school project. Then Mark saw something that confirmed everything: a clipboard in the front seat filled with fake citations. They had been making up rules, writing fake fines, and scaring people into believing they had authority. Every form on that clipboard was either printed at home or handwritten with no legal stamp or signature. Mark asked in a low, serious voice, "Do you realize you just put a child in danger?" The passenger tried to defend himself. "We were just enforcing the rules," he said nervously. "Kids shouldn't be in the street." But Mark wasn't interested in excuses. He said, "What you're doing isn't enforcement. It's intimidation. And it's illegal." The men looked at each other. For the first time, they understood they were dealing with someone who wasn't afraid of them. Someone who wasn't going to be fooled by their fake authority. Someone who knew exactly how real security and real discipline worked. Mark didn't waste time. He pulled out his phone and calmly took pictures of everything: the SUV, the fake uniforms, the fake badges, the clipboard full of illegal citations. He documented every angle. He talked to neighbors who had come outside after hearing the noise. Some admitted they were scared to speak up before. Others said these men often threatened them for no reason. Mark collected all the evidence and contacted the Real HOA board. He didn't yell. He didn't demand. He simply presented the facts. And with facts that clear, the HOA couldn't ignore him. Within 24 hours, everything changed. The fake HOA officers were removed from the neighborhood. Their SUV was taken off the streets. Their fake badges and citations were exposed. The entire community learned the truth, that these men had no authority and were abusing residents for weeks. After they were gone, the neighborhood felt calm again. Families took walks without fear. Kids played outside like before. People finally felt safe. And Lily? She went right back to riding her blue scooter in the driveway, making circles, laughing, waving at her dad every time she passed by. Mark stood in the garage watching her, feeling grateful that he acted when it mattered most. In the end, this story isn't just about fake HOA power. It's about responsibility. It's about standing up when someone crosses the line. And it's about how real courage doesn't come from yelling or fighting, it comes from staying calm, staying strong, and protecting the people you love.